Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly for pricing. My email is tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a right-sized model made from 2005 to 2012. This is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak self-winding 15300ST, a classical 39mm Royal Oak. It is the right size for my wrist. We'll talk about the size, which is, of course, 39mm in diameter, 9.3mm thick. You can see from lug tip to lug tip, the watch is 49.3mm, but if we include the solid end links of the bracelet, I should say they're not solid so much as they're rigid. They can't be pulled straight down, so we have this span across the wrist of 52.6mm. Now, when you throw the watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, the fit is wonderful. It sits low enough with its sloped bezel to slide beneath a dress cuff. It is a sports watch, but it's a dressy sports watch as these things go. I can imagine a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference wearing this watch well. The 39mm standard automatic went away in 2012, replaced by the larger 15400 and 41mm, leaving you with the choice of 41 or the 39mm jumbo. Well, this gives you the durability of the 15400 with the size of the jumbo. It's a very nice watch to wear, and a fantastic fit thanks to superb ergonomics and a bracelet to match. The bracelet is the highlight of any Royal Oak. Now you can see the bracelet as on the original 1972 Royal Oak, fully integrated into the case. The case slopes into the lug, slopes into the bracelet, and there's a taper from link to link. You can see that the flaring bevels along the case flank are perfectly aligned across a shoulder bevel that runs down to the clasp. You can see attention to detail as the ends of the intermediate links are polished on their tip, and you really only see that as you roll the links through the light. Satination across the top, perfectly aligned, and vertical satin finish and profile. It takes between 9 and 11 hours to hand finish all the components of a Royal Oak bracelet. You can see removable links are fixed in place using screws, and then we have an older version of the AP double deploying clasp. You can see it's a double fold with AP logo style swing arms. Now internally we have media blasting, satination, and polish. You close it all up. It is a sequential close, one side before the other, and then it is a twin trigger release. It's actually a pretty robust and secure system. The bracelet's held to the case using screws and bars, a time-honored Royal Oak tradition that offers more security than traditional spring bars. And you can see that the case, as ever with the Royal Oak, continues the character lines of the bezel through the mid-case and the case back. You can see this is three-part case construction. The mid-case is slightly faceted to match the arc of the rounded octagon that is the bezel, and then you can see it has a longitudinal satin finish, that expanding bevel that moves out toward the lug hood, and then satination across the lug hoods. The bezel, inspired by a vintage diving helmet, is a rounded octagon around its edge. You can see it has a small satin finished vertical section, then a rounded and sloped polished section, then the top has vertical satin graining. The bolts, and they are bolts that sit inside the bezel, are white gold, which gives them a nice warm contrast with the silver of the steel. Hexagonal in form, you see also a hexagonal crown, which echoes the bolts of the bezel. It is a screw-down crown, and this is 50 meters water resistant, so it's surface swimmable, unlike the standard jumbo, which is 50 meters water resistant, but with a push-down crown. I would not swim with that. I would swim with this. White gold hands, indices, and logos. We have the blue Grande Tapisserie. It is the larger hobnail, not the mega on the offshore, not the petite that is on the jumbo. This is a larger hobnail with thousands of individual bumps. You can see the large hobnails, but not the bumps that run between them and over them. All of this cut on a vintage pantograph mimicry engine, just as it would have been done in the 19th century. Back when this watch was made, the pantograph cut was done by a company called Stern Frère, which was related to those Sterns of Patek Philippe fame, historically speaking. Of course, we have a polished inner bezel, which gives a lovely mirrored reflection of the dial, and the blue galvanized dial was generally reserved for premier retailers and factory boutiques. We have a screw-down crown that, when drawn, will allow you to hack or stop the seconds. And then we also have a quick-set system for rapidly cycling the date. Turn it all over. We have Audemars Piguet, manufacturer caliber 3120. I'll do my best to let you see it. You can see the balance. A lot to love here. We have ceramic rotor bearings with bidirectional action for smooth action and minimal maintenance. We have the coats of arms of the Audemars and Piguet family on the rotor, reminding you that AP is the oldest Swiss watch manufacturer still owned and controlled by the founding families since 1875. 40 joules automatic winding, 60-hour power reserve, beats weight 21,600 vibrations per hour, and it has a full balance bridge with a free sprung index for shock tolerance as well as precise precise adjustment. The movement is a combination of manual finish and hand finish, becoming of Audemars Piguet and equal to its reputation as a high horology brand. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this discontinued 39mm Royal Oak 15300 ST.